Today we are going to discuss about the Piaget's theory of cognitive development. Let's see the content. Today we are going to discuss about the Jane William Fitz Piaget and cognitive development, factors of cognitive development, stages of cognitive development. Next, let's see about the Piaget. Piaget was a Swiss psychologist known for his work on child development. Piaget's theory of cognitive development and epistemological view are together called genetic epistemology. Piaget placed great importance on the education of children. The next is, let's see about the cognitive development. Jane Piaget's theory of cognitive development suggests that intelligence changes as children grow. A child's cognitive development is not just about acquiring knowledge. The child has to develop or construct a mental model of the world. Cognitive development occurs through the interaction of innate capacities and environmental events, and children pass through a series of stages. The next is factors of cognitive development. Mainly there are four factors given by the Piaget of his cognitive development theory. First is maturation. Maturation is the physical and psychological growth that occurs in the child at a specific stage. Experience is next. Experience is when the child thinks and interacts with real and concrete objects in the external environment. The next is social interaction. Social interaction involves the child socializing with others, especially children. The last factor of stage is equilibrium. Equilibration is considered to be the tendency of children to seek cognitive coherence and stability. This will happen when child brings together maturation, experience and social interaction in order to build the mental schema. The next is stages of cognitive development. Here mainly the Piaget has given the 4 stages of cognitive development. First is sensory motor stage, that will be from birth to 2 years. Then pre-operational stage, it will be from 2 to 7 years. Then concrete operational stage, it will be from 7 to 11 years. Then the last is formal operational stage, it will be after the 12 years. Let's see about the sensory motor stage, which starts from the birth. The sensory motor stage is the first of the 4 stages of Piaget's theory of cognitive development. It is marked by a child's knowledge that the outside world exists separately from themselves. Once the child has fully realized this, they will move on to the next stage within Piaget's stages of development. The sensory motor stage typically takes place within the first 2 years of the children's life. It is marked by the child's discovering the difference between themselves and their environment. At that point, they will use their senses to learn things about both themselves and their environment. Mainly here, the child is using these senses, like they will see the environment surrounding them, then they will touch, then they will sucking, and they will feel the things around them. In the sensory motor stage, children repeatedly experiment with their senses through various methods in many different environments. This period is characterized by rapid cognitive development. So here mainly the 5 senses which the child is using from 0 to 2 years. They will see and they will hear the sounds, they will taste the food, they will touch and feel, and they will smell the things. The next is pre-operational stage. It will start from 2 years and it will be till 7 years. The pre-operational stage is the second stage in Piaget's theory of cognitive development. This stage beings around age 2 and last until approximately age 7. During this period, children are thinking at a symbolic level but are not yet using cognitive operations. The child's thinking during this stage is pre-operations. This means the child cannot use logic or transfer, combine or separate ideas. So as we can see here, the child will be egocentric. They will they will think about themselves, and they will having the concentration of a particular thing. Then they will use the symbolic, like in this image you can see that the child is using banana as a cell phone. Like this the child will act. They will not use the logic. The next is concrete operational stage. It will start from 7 year and it will end in the 11 year. According to Piaget, thinking in this stage is characterized by logical operations. As we saw that in the pre-operational stage, the logical operations were absent. But here the logical operations will build, such as conservation, reversibility or classification, allowing logical reasoning. These mental acts cannot be applied in the hypothetical situations and are still limited to concrete situations. Therefore, concrete operational thinking is examined using specific tasks depicting concrete operational concepts. More recent research indicate that it might not be appropriate to assume a concrete operational stage, but to examine concrete operations as specific and independent. So here in this stage, the child will start thinking logically, and it start the capability of measurement and the capability of solving the sum also will develop in the child in this stage. Like if we will give them the addition, subtraction, all this kind of problems, they can solve it. The next is formal operational stage, that will be after the age of 12. The formal operational stage is the fourth and the final stage in Piaget's theory. It begins at approximately 11 to 12 years of age and continues throughout adulthood. Although Piaget does point out that some people may never reach this stage of cognitive development, the formal operational stage is characterized by the ability of formulate hypotheses and systematically test them to arrive at an answer to a problem. The individual in the formal stage is also able to think abstractly and to understand the form or structure of a mathematical problem. So as we can see here, the child will start feeling, and the emotions also will develop in the child towards the society, towards the family members. They will whatever they are doing, they will think that their family, it should not hurt their family members also and their friends also, and they will build the logical thinking also, and by this they can solve the mathematical problems.